Hello everyone, welcome to this update video. This is for build 008. So welcome, and I'll show you all the new features. So first of all, the first thing you may have noticed are the trees. So I added a new layer of kind of like tiles on top of the tile layer, and it's called the elements layer. I'm going to use it for things like different trees, houses, a whole bunch of different things, lampposts. So as you can see, there's the main tile layer, and then the trees overlap it. So you can see there's a grass under. All the trees have transparency for the shadows. It even overlaps the rock. So yeah, that's how it works. It's pretty neat. I'm going to add a lot more elements later on, but for now the only one I really added was the tree. Another thing you might notice is that the sign isn't moving. It's just a little fix that I did to make the sign immobile, so now it doesn't move. The reason I did that before so that it would move is just to test out the AI, and of course it works, so that's pretty good. Also in this update I added probably around 6 times as many tiles as the last update, so there's a lot of tiles now. I think we're reaching about 120 or something like that. So yeah, there's quite a bit of tiles. So as you can see, the water is a little bit different from last update. There's a blend here between the water and the sand, blend between the sand and the grass. I'm also planning on animating the water soon, including the blend here, so it kind of moves. It'll do a nice beach effect. I also added this dirt road. It blends in with the grass, so that looks kind of nice. I added this bush here, and one of the big tiles that I added, the big list of tiles that I added, are the mountain tiles. So as you can see here, it gives you like a mountain effect. So in the front it's 2 tiles tall, and the back is just 1, so it makes it look like you're looking at the map at about like a 60-degree angle. And I think it turned out pretty well. So there's stairs here. You can climb the stairs, but you can't go through the mountain or anything. Also, I forgot to mention the trees also have collisions where I specify them. So you can go behind the trees, but you can't go where the trunk is. Well, logically, that's how trees are. You can climb around. There's a cave there, but I'll let you guys explore that. There's more tiles in the cave also, including cave floors and a couple other things. Okay, for this update I also did a couple other things, not really in the game, but I added asset packs. So that's a way for people to make their own tiles for the game, and also edit the ones that are already in the game. So it's a bit like texture packs for Minecraft, except with even more functionality, since you have the ability to completely make new ones, new tiles on your own, and also elements. So I have more stuff planned for asset packs. That's why they're called asset packs, because soon I want the ability for people to change any image in the game, including menus like the chat menu, or even changing sound files, so you can make your own sound effects. So yeah, I'll explain in my what is Archipelo video about my plans for all that stuff, and I promise that video will be out in the next couple weeks before the summer's over. I'll explain more about that at the end of the video. Another thing that I also made for this update is a map editor. So the reason why this map is so big compared to the other one and so much more detail is because it's so much easier to actually edit the map. Before I had to go through the map file like I showed you in, I think, devlog 1 actually. I'd have to go through the map file and edit arrays of numbers for each tile, and that was kind of a pain. And especially now, since there's hundreds of tiles, it's all kind of being weird. So this map editor was definitely necessary. It sped up the process. And I'll show you what it looks like now. Okay, so this is the new tile editor. If you follow my devlogs, you've already seen this. I added a couple of features since my last devlog though. But here I'll show you all the features. So you can actually download this tile editor on my website, videogames.net. I'll put a direct link to the download in the description. So if you want to go check it out and make your own maps, you can, and you can send them to my email in the description, officialvediogames@gmail.com, and I'll actually put your maps in the game as long as you follow the rules that are on the website. Okay, so this tile editor is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll show you some of the features there are. So you can choose what layer you want to edit. So currently it's set at the tiles layer. So you can edit tiles. You can pick your tile you want, and you can just build with it. So say you want to make a little extension to the road here. It's being a bit laggy because I'm recording. I need to optimize the map editor a little bit too. I have to also frame cap it. So if you right click on a tile, it'll select it. That's another thing you can do. Okay, it's just being way too laggy. You can also use the bucket tool. So the pencil tool allows you to edit each tile individually, but if you want to change a bunch of tiles at once, you can. So just say you want to turn all the dirt in the middle here into wood planks. You just use the bucket tool. Make sure it's selected, and click it, and it'll change all of them using, whoops. You can also do that. If you did a mistake, you can undo with Control Z. And if you liked what you did, you can redo with Control Shift Z. For some reason, okay, yeah, never mind. So yeah, you can do that. I can also use Control Y to redo. I put it in both because different editors use different ways to redo. I also added this thing. Well, I didn't add it, but it's part of the map editor. So you can right click on things and it'll display some information about it. So to tell you the name, what asset pack it's from, whether it's collidable, whether the player can swim through it, if it does damage to you, if there's an animation, so different things. You can also edit the elements layer. So if you click here, it loads all the elements from the asset packs. By the way, if you add a new asset pack while you're still in the editor, you can press F5. It'll reload everything, including tiles and elements. So you have the blank one if you want to delete stuff. Oops, well I'm using the bucket, so it deleted all of them. Just undo that. Okay, well I didn't undo it. As you can tell, it's a little bit buggy sometimes. I need to work on it, fix some bugs. You can also use the pencil tool. So add some trees. You can also right click on these and it'll give you some information. So the way that collision works for elements is a bit different. As you can see, there's the collidable setting at the bottom, and it's set to 000011. So the ones are collidable and the zeros aren't. So as you can see, the trees have a height of 3 tiles and a width of 2. So with the ones being collidable, it's the 2 bottom tiles of the tree that are collidable. So you saw that before when I was playing the game, I couldn't go through the trunk. Well, that's why. You can also edit the visibility. So if you don't want to see the elements, you can turn them off. If you don't want to see the tiles, you can turn them off also. Or you can turn off everything if you want. Not really a point to that. but if you can do it. You can also show a grid. So if you think a grid would help you edit a little bit better, you can turn it on. You can also press Control G to toggle it. If you want to toggle tiles, it's Control T. And Control E for elements. If there are settings on the map you want to change, you can go in the Map tab. You can edit the settings. You can generate a new map. So this feature is not yet implemented. I'm going to add it soon. But it allows you to generate islands, dungeons, caves, different stuff like that. So once I start doing random generation, I'll add it in the map editor also. And if you want, you could also reset the map, so it'll delete all tiles and elements. So let's just view edit. So you can change the map name. That's what is going to display to the player when they enter your map. I didn't add that yet, but I'm going to add it soon. The map type. So this determines what type of random generation the map is going to use. So if it's set to island, it's going to generate an island. If it's set to dungeon, it'll generate a dungeon. House, shop, cave. There's the climate. So I showed you guys that before. You can change the climate if you want. Let's just do sandy. You can also change the width and height. Currently, it only adds to the width and height, and it won't. There's no like offset. I guess if you call it that. There's no anchor. That's the proper term. So it'll always add it to the right and to the bottom. To the right and to the top. So I'm going to add anchor soon so that it makes more sense. So you can center the map if you want, and it'll add it on all sides. Or if you want, you can add it to the top and the right, or whatever you feel like. Natural lighting, that's not yet implemented in the game, but that will probably be next update. So yeah, that's for lighting. And music, that's of course not yet in the game, so it'll play a music track if you enter that map. So let's just save it here. As you can see, the map instantly reloads. All the tiles reload also. And if you're done with the map, you can go ahead and save it, or save as if you want to save it at a different location that already is in. You can open maps and you can create new ones. So yeah, there's quite a few features in this map editor. It's a little bit buggy, and I plan on adding a few more features. I want to add a wrench tool, which will automatically place the blending tiles like this or around here, because that's a pretty long process. As you can see, there's a bunch of tiles for each possibility of blending that you need in each corner and each like inverted corner. So yeah, it can be a lot of work. I think it took me maybe half an hour to border this whole island with the sand and the grass. So yeah, I want to add that wrench tool. It'll do it completely automatically. There's also a couple of bugs with the undo and redo system that I want to fix. But overall, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so now I'll show you the asset packs. Okay, so for the map editor and also for the Archipelo the game, once you run the game, it'll automatically create an asset pack folder. So for Archipelo, it's asset packs with a capital A, and for the map editor, it's this. So these are different asset packs. So for the map editor, you need to put the default one in here. But for the game, the default asset pack is already in the game. So you don't need to put it in unless you want to replace tiles that are already in the game, or elements also. So how asset packs work. So just say with the map editor here, it will scan this whole folder looking for different asset packs, and it'll open them and it'll look at the config file. So the config has a couple of parameters. So it has the name. That's what shows up in the map editor for when you right click on tiles and it says like asset pack name. You have the version of the asset pack, the version of Archipelo that it's known to work with, the description of the asset pack, and the priority. So what the priority is, just say that you have an asset pack that's replacing tiles from another asset pack. If that asset pack's priority is lower than the other one, it won't be able to replace it, but if it's higher, it will replace it. So it's just setting priorities. The default one for Archipelo is also always 2, and the priorities range from 0 to 4. So if you want to go over or under, you're able to. Okay. So it'll automatically load the different folders. So you have the tiles folder. What this will do, it will load all the .tileset files. So you can have multiple tile sets, and it'll load all of them pretty good. So we go into basic tile set here. I have some instructions for people who want to make some. So you can define different tiles with different parameters. So this defines the grass tile. It tells the program where it is on the sprite sheet. This of course goes by increments of 18, not by pixel. The name of the tile, and there's also different parameters. You can set the collision setting, whether you can swim in it. So water, you can swim in it. For wood plank, you have a speed multiplier. Also for dirt road, you have a speed multiplier, so that makes the player run faster or walk faster when it's on top of that tile. You can set animations, and then it'll automatically load, look through the different tile sets. So since that's basic.tileset, it'll look at basic underscore grassy to get the grassy tiles, and then underscore sandy for sandy, and underscore snowy for snowy. Just ignore that. That's an older tile set. This tile set list, you can pretty much ignore it. It's more like a developer thing for me, since some LibGDX stuff that's kind of weird that requires it for asset packs that are inside the game already, not inside the asset pack folder. So as you can see, the filtering on the scale is going to be a bit weird here on Linux. But as you can see, it has all the tiles, and it loads them in using this file. Same goes for elements. And then you have the element loader. Of course, it's not the same as a tile loader because it has different parameters. You can see the collidable array here. There's also an offset. So yeah, if you want to learn how to do that, just download the map editor. It'll be automatically included. You can just read the instructions and you can make your own asset pack if you want. One thing I need to mention is that only the desktop version will generate an asset packs folder. The Android version won't. It won't load any asset packs currently. That's actually one reason why this update took a couple of days longer to come out, was because I wasn't able to figure out how to do it on Android yet. I'll figure it out eventually, but it's not top priority, since it seems more like a desktop feature anyway. But I will add it though in the future for sure. So that's pretty much it for this update. I just want to mention for the end of this video that for the next 4 to 6 weeks, I will not be doing any devlogs. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. Basically, I have a lot of stuff to do that isn't directly related to Archipelo, but still indirectly related. So I'm going to make that What is Archipelo video that I mentioned. So I'm going to talk about the game. I know I said I was going to do it at the beginning of the summer, but I kind of forgot, like completely forgot actually. I'm also going to completely redo my website. Currently I'm using WordPress, and I just want to do like a plain website. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm also going to make the wallpaper, the live wallpaper for the game. So while doing that live wallpaper, like I said in an older devlog, I'm going to be making a lot of art, and that art will also be able to go in the game. So in the end, while making the wallpaper, I'm actually kind of developing for the game at the same time. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Anyways, well, yeah, that's pretty much all. So I don't know if it'll be 4 or 5 or 6 weeks that I won't be doing devlogs. But basically, until at least the rest of my summer, and then maybe up to 2 weeks into the school year. Just so I can have some time to do all these different things, because it's going to be a lot of work. And I think that devlogs take quite a bit of time. They can take almost a day to make. So I don't really want to waste that much time. Anyways, well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See ya.